Hey, so what's up, guys? I'm at my dealership because I gotta get a part for the big boy Ram truck, and they have 3 of these new Chargers here. And while I'm not a fan of electric cars, this is actually a good-looking car. I cannot lie, this is actually a good-looking car. It's pretty cool. They got one in red. That's a pretty sexy color. They got a stage 2. They got 2 stage 2s. So, you guys are interested in the electric Chargers, come check them out at Waldorf Dodge. More to come.
What's up, YouTube? This is 3 Pedal J, and I'm here with my guy
Sardar
from Waldorf Dodge. So I met Sardar last week, right?
Yeah.
Last Saturday, I came in on a whim. I drove a hard bargain, and he was able to meet my deal on a 21 Durango. We're getting it. We have bad weather, so we're getting it detailed. But I asked him, and I was like, kind of joking, kind of serious. I was like, "Hey, if you got a chance, can I drive one of these new EVs?" And what did you say?
I said I wouldn't feel comfortable if you didn't. I mean, you have to feel this car. You have to definitely give it it's new. So, and there's a lot of new features compared to the previous models. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a vehicle that has to be experienced rather than just, looked at and heard.
I actually agree with
it. It's a whole new take on these cars. You don't lose the quickness, but it's definitely much different than the previous model in the generation. Okay. So the electric battery, you be the judge after the drive.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And like everybody on my channel knows that I'm definitely an ICE guy, so I'm just being upfront with you if we're coming on that. Like my channel is 3 Pedal J because I drive manuals. Yeah. And you've seen some of the stuff that I build and whatnot. But I'm excited about this. I never thought in a million years I was going to actually get to drive one of these guys. I'm not even kidding with you, because I mean, like, it's so out of my price range. Yeah. But some of the deals we'll talk about when I get back. That you got, the incentives that you got are going on are phenomenal. Yep. And like the truth of the matter is, if I like this, I might pick one up as a commuter. I don't know. We'll see. I told you I'm going to buy another car for you, so we'll work something out.
I mean, with all these leasing incentives and everything that they're throwing at this car, I would recommend one. But again, you have to love it. You got to see if it's, because I know coming from what you drive. Yeah. This has its work cut out for it.
It does, but so, it's like I said earlier, man. I didn't like initially the pictures that you see on the internet, but pictures don't serve this car justice. It doesn't. And I'm not even going to be facetious about that. Yeah. Pictures don't. When I first seen this car, when I first pulled up last week and I saw it in the back, I was like, I don't hate it. I'm surprised that I don't hate it, because I thought I would hate it, but I don't hate it.
I know I'm representing Dodge and Ram, but I will say I had a similar mindset and I'm the guy, no replacement for displacement, as I told
100%.
You. Love my 8 cylinders.
Twin blown, twin turbos.
The Hurricane as well is nice, that inline 6. Mm-hmm. So this one I was a little, I heard it. I personally like the sound and how they did that. I think it's unique. No other really manufacturers doing it. Yeah. Then I drove one for a little bit, but I got a little taste of it. It's unique, it's different, but it's also fun. So you'll see what I'm talking about after the drive, and we'll discuss a little bit more compared to the other previous generations.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think you're gonna like it.
I think you might be right, which scares me.
Maybe like it too much.
I might like it too much. But hey, guys, Sadar's giving. I mean, he's got my car. He's doing a detail, so he's giving me, a little bit of time with this car. So I'm actually gonna drive this car for maybe half hour, an hour, and come back and check things out. Is that okay?
Yeah. Well,
and then we're gonna talk about it, man. So we're gonna give it a look, go around it, and talk about the details. And this is gonna be a real guy's opinion, not somebody who's a YouTuber that gets paid to represent the brand. This is me. Y'all know me. You guys know I race and I do this stuff. So more to come, guys. Sonic. Okay, it's different. It's different. This is cool, man. This is actually the new interior. I love it. I love the interior. You can look. This almost looks like a Recaro seat type deal. I love the new shifter. It's very much nicer. I don't even know how the hell to get this thing to come up so we can say, oh, maybe it's back here.
Yeah, you're gonna love that. So you pull that, right?
Okay.
Let it go, and it'll go up.
Oh, it's automatic. There you go.
So this is, I don't think this is completely new. At least I haven't seen it before. Pull it back.
Okay, then it comes back on its own too.
So I guess you gotta fold it back in.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like you gotta kind of get it, help it out a little bit.
Help it out, a little bit of assist.
But even this, it's still very much roomy back here. This looks like you can get an adult back here and not have any like craziness. I love the way these change colors, right?
Yep.
Like depending on what mode you have it in or whatnot.
Lighting, yep.
Yeah, you can change all of that.
Customize and pick yourself.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yep.
This steering wheel is super cool.
Heated, of course. Seats are heated, ventilated.
Yeah, like the best thing about this car is the interior. So far for me, like the way they redesigned it, it just looks like it flows. I like that they did 2-door instead of 4. I know the 4-door is coming, but I like the 2-door better. The swoop, the front spoiler, the frax, are like this is super cool because if you're just looking at it like this, it looks like it flows, and then you get up on it and you can see for cutting through. I love the old school Dodge emblem. Most people don't know that, but my 63 Dart has that emblem on it.
Really?
Yeah, that's an old. That's the original Dodge Brothers emblem.
And then one in the back too. Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
they went with the classic.
Yeah, it's
the Challenger look, the older Challengers back in the day.
Yep, the 70s, and then and the Charger too, like with the Coke bottle, right here. This line, this is from the old '68 Chargers.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool too. This is a really cool deal, man, and I can't thank you enough, man. I'm gonna shake your hand again and let you know I appreciate you. I promise I'm gonna take care of it because I can't afford to buy it, but I definitely do want to drive it. So,
Have fun.
all right, cool. So we're gonna get in and look around on it, and then we're gonna go for a little cruise. This is crazy, YouTube, man. I'm actually getting to drive the Dodge Charger EV. Not too many people have driven it. It has the exhaust. You can hear it. This is awesome. This is awesome. Look at that. Cup holders, nice and big cup holders. Putting our seatbelt on because we don't want no problems. The window's kind of small when you're looking through the rear view. Here's the rear view look. Well, you probably can't even see that, but it's a weird look. I don't know if it has a blind spot yet. No, it doesn't look like it has a blind spot yet. So we're gonna go ahead and it's in gear. Now we're gonna take it for a cruise. We're gonna let these folks go. So it idles. It actually gives you an idle. It's not quiet. The screen is big. It's very big. That display is huge. Oh, they got traction control off for me. That's hilarious. All right, so hey, we got an opportunity to kind of get this a little bit of. Oh, it doesn't. It's kind of slow. I'm not very impressed. I thought it would have been faster. I mean, it's kind of seamless, but it has a good sound. I don't know how to change the modes. I'm gonna play around with this here in a little bit to change the modes. But interesting, it's not. I thought it would have been a lot more torquey to take off, but I love how it sounded like when it was decelerating. That's pretty cool. Oh, it's got a heads-up display. That's cool. That's very cool. Futuristic. So we're gonna drive it and see more and more about it. I gotta play with the features on this deal and see what we can do to get this thing to take off, because it doesn't really like take off like how I thought it would take off. I thought it would have just been instant. But I mean, it gets up and goes a little bit. More to come, guys. All right, guys, so I got it in custom mode right now, and in custom mode it's pretty quiet. If you hit this button down here, you can change it to sport mode and you get a little bit of an exhaust note. It's not terrible. I don't hate the exhaust note coming out of it, to be honest with you. I thought I would have hated the speaker exhaust, but I really don't hate it. Track mode, you get a little bit more deeper sound. And then see if you guys can see the modes. And then drag mode sounds about the same as track mode. It does cool stuff there. You got your power shot button, which I've only got like 28% battery, so I think that's why I can't really launch this thing. Maybe if I messed with the settings and tried to see what it'll do, maybe that would work, but I really don't want to mess it up either, so I just want to kind of drive it. But it sounds good when you're driving it. When you're actually driving it, I thought for sure that the Frexonic exhaust was gonna be very annoying. It actually gives you, in my opinion, it gives you the feedback you need from a car. Like, no one wants to drive a quiet car, so this gives you the feedback you need to let you know that you're still in an automobile. It doesn't feel so much like an EV would feel. It's very responsive, it's very torquey, but again, I don't have much battery life left. I got like 58 miles of range left, which fortunately for me, I'm not going far. I'm just going up the road to my dentist office, which is on the same street as the dealership, and then I'll come back. When you let off the accelerator pedal, it like instantly decelerates and like almost wants to stop immediately. That's pretty cool. You don't have RPM, you have kilowatt hours. Wow, yeah, the brakes on this thing are amazing. They better be for as big as they are. Like, this thing doesn't feel like it doesn't feel as big as it is, which is kind of cool to know. So yeah, we're just driving it, and then it actually simulates like a little bit of a transmission. When you let off the brake and step on the accelerator, it kind of simulates like what a transmission would do. It's kind of cool they put that design in there. The display, the entertainment display is ginormous. There's nothing else to say other than it's ginormous. This is actually a cool little ride, believe it or not. I can't believe I'm not hating on it. I'm not hating on it at all. It's not something that I thought would be the case. It's actually a really cool version of a car. So we're gonna park it here in the dentist office parking lot. I have to go in here and take care of some business, and then I'll be back and we'll come and take a picture of it. Oh, look at that. You get a display when you put it in reverse. Oh, look at that. It shows you everything. That's cool. I like that feature. The reverse feature cameras on this thing are amazing. Look at that. It shows you everything. Got an above view. You got a below view. This is pretty dang cool, guys. Look at that. It gives you like precision. Gonna kill it. And that's how it goes off. So it looks like 114 hours before it's ready to fully charge. It tells you exactly where you're at when you turn it off. Oh, that's cool. It doesn't have a handle. It has a little button. That's different. Definitely different. Definitely not something that I'm accustomed to. I can't really hate on this car right now. As much as I'm not a fan of EVs, this car is not terrible. I mean, I still prefer a gas engine. That's just me, because obviously this car has to do some things to preserve the battery, so it won't let you just hammer on it with no battery life. There's nothing there, so that kind of makes sense. But yeah, it once it gets moving for sure. Like, I got it up to 70 and it didn't even feel like it. It just kind of cruised to 70. So I imagine with some battery charge, it actually would do pretty well. So more to come. We'll talk about it some more.
All right, boys, so once around again, we got the wide body Charger Scat Pack Stage 2 EV, and we've driven it. And it's not terrible. It's not as fast as I wanted it to be, but it's definitely not terrible. The braking is amazing on it. I actually do enjoy the styling of it, and I absolutely love the interior of it. And on a surprising note, I'll just give you guys a 360 of it all. The back, you know, that's pretty cool. On a surprising note, the exhaust, the Fratsonic exhaust, is actually not terrible. It's not great, but it's definitely not terrible. It works well. This isn't a bad looking car. Like, it has some features designed into it that will allow it to perform like what we expect a automobile to perform like. Kind of like when you are taking off or stopping, it kind of gives you that little bit of a jerk feeling, like a transmission. We're gonna go ahead and start it. Okay, there's your start. It's not bad. I don't know what mode I left it in. Vehicle is ready to drive. So again, I love the displays. They're pretty cool. The infotainment system is huge and spacious. The shifter is very comfortable. Like I said, again, I love the interior. I love the stitching. I love the fact that you can change the colors on the display, the array. I haven't done it. I'm not messing around with any of that stuff right now. Let's see what mode we're in. I was in auto. So auto is pretty low. There's sport. There's track. There's drag. So we're in drag mode now. It's pretty easy. Like, you just kind of grab it. It's kind of intuitive. You get a little bit of a audible exhaust tone if you listen. Let me shut up. You can hear that. So that gives you some input, and I think that's necessary to give you some response to keep it kind of familiar, right? So that is a really good look that I think the engineers put into the car. I'm not a fan of the view out of the rear view with the hatch. It's very narrow, and I just personally don't care for that. The front window is great. I'm also not a fan of, I don't think it's as fast as it should be. That could be based on the fact that I don't have a whole lot of battery life in this deal. So I don't know if that's causing it to be the case or not, but it doesn't take off like I would expect with an EV to take off of. Like, I was expecting it to take off and get there. It kind of like gradually gets there. Again, I'm not gonna knock the car. I got like 57 miles of range, so there's not a lot there, and I'm thinking that this thing is probably in conservative mode to make sure that you can get to wherever the charging station is. I'm maybe 3 or 4 miles away from the dealership. I came to my dentist. I had to go take care of some business, and now it's on the same street as the dealership, so I'm gonna return it. I love the heads-up display. It's very clear. It fits in there. It looks like a hologram. It's probably not going to show up. Oh, maybe it is going to show up on the camera. Maybe it won't. I don't know. But that's pretty amazing in my opinion. I think that's an awesome feature. It just keeps you looking at the road at all times. I love the steering wheel. It's very ergonomic. It's very comfortable, and it gives you access to the drive modes easily. It gives you access to the power shot and all the other features of the car. If you want, you can up arrow and look at the vehicle information. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. Jesus, what the hell did I just do? So yeah, oh wow, you can put a nav there, everything. That's really cool. I'm just kind of playing around with it. But this is and then I'll give you a display there. This is a cool
cool features. You got your speed times, you got your settings, you got your messages, audio, driver info. Everything's right there like the old way, except, you know, obviously there's no RPM, so you have vehicle speed there, then you have your range, then you got your kilowatt hours being used, so that's kind of interesting. Then you got your infotainment. Again, it's big, it's bright, everything's right there for you. You've got some charging ports here. They look like they're USB-C charging ports. It'd be nice if they had a regular USB. Maybe that is a regular. They look like to be USB-Cs, but there might be a regular one as well. It's kind of low. I'll have to look at that. But again, I'm sure there's probably other charging stations here. One of the cool features about this is how you get out. You hit the button right there. Oh, there you go. You take your foot off the brake and step on the gas, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a jerk. That's pretty cool. I like that because it feels like a real transmission. The exhaust note is very, very appropriate for this vehicle. So overall, I'll give it a A-, a B+, A-. I'm not really sure. There's some things that I don't like. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the rear view mirror. I think that could be better. I think the roof line could be a little bit designed better so that we can get better sight out of the back of it. I don't know how long it takes to charge, but I hear it takes quite a while to charge. There's not a whole lot of charging stations for this deal, so you'll have to get one from Dodge when you buy it. There's that to factor in, and it just doesn't like it's floored right now, and it's really taking its time to get up to speed. It gets there, but it just takes its time getting there. I would have thought that it would have been a little more instant, more put you in the back seat kind of feel, because EVs kind of have that tendency to put you in the back when you step on them. This is kind of a gradual pull. It pulls, but it's gradual. It's not what I expected. And that's okay, right? Like, it's okay. This is a different style of vehicle. It's completely different. I wanted to feel it and experience it for myself, the difference between internal combustion and the EV. And now I've gotten to see Dodge's take on it. Maybe I'll drive a Tesla or some other vehicles to compare the Tesla to this thing. But from a technological standpoint, I'm impressed with it. This thing has a lot of cool features, and it's a cool looking EV. It's not your normal EV, and I think from that standpoint, Dodge accomplished their goal. They didn't want to make your everyday run-of-the-mill EV. They wanted to make something that was more loud, more in your face, more in line with the brand. And I guess they accomplished that. Like, at first I was like they didn't, but I think they did accomplish that. I'm not saying this because, you know, I have to. I'm saying it because I get it now. I'm driving it. I'm experiencing it for myself. I see it with my own eyes. I feel it. I'm driving it. I understand what they were trying to do. This is a large car. This is not a small, you know, Prius or a Tesla or any of the other small cars, the Hyundai Ioniq 5. This is not that. This is a big-bodied, bold, aggressive take on EV. And to that end, they've accomplished their goal. It's pretty cool. I'm not sure that I would buy one, but I'm not sure that I wouldn't buy one either. I'd like to see how it behaves when it has a full charge. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see how it takes off when it has a full charge, because I can't really experience it without that. But all that being said, I want to end the vlog with this. Thank you to Waldorf Dodge for letting me take this amazing machine out. I appreciate you guys. If anybody wants to come and drive one of these things or have a look for yourself, definitely come. If you're in the DMV area, definitely come to Waldorf Dodge. They've got at least 3 of them. So that's awesome. It's a great car to drive. I've had fun with it. I enjoyed it. I'm ready to get back in an internal combustion engine. But all that being said, this was cool. 3-Pedal J saying, rev her up, dump the clutch, grab a gear, disappear. Peace. Unless you're in an EV, then you just step on it and go. Peace.